This time the baby was born, but it was still dead. They buried her in the family plot. It astounded him he hadn't known about these babies. He and Mamma talked about everything. He wondered if he should ask her or if this was something she wanted to keep private. Sam reached across the table and ruffled his hair. When she knew she was carrying you, the doctor had her stay in bed so she could rest the entire time. She was so happy when you came out perfect. All 10 fingers and toes. Mamma cherishes you, Donovan. He knew his mother loved him. She told him all the time. But he never remembered her telling Sam that. "Does Mamma cherish you?" he asked quietly. Sam grew contemplative. "I think she does. As the heir, though, it seems there is an unspoken rule in society that somehow I belong all to Father. Mamma doesn't have much to do with me and never did. And Father has nothing to do with me. I guess I'm luckier than you are, even if you will be the Duke some day." A polite knock sounded at the door, and a maid entered. "His Grace wishes to see you, Lord Samuel." "Thank you." Sam rose. "Off to another quizzing session. Have fun with Mamma." Donovan watched Sam leave. He was glad he didn't have to spend time with the Duke. If truth be told, he was terrified of his father. He barked orders at everyone and always wore a sour look upon his face. The servants walked on eggshells, all afraid they would lose their positions with a single mishap. The tenants eyed Haverhill carefully any time he went out on the estate. Hoping that Sam would pass whatever test set before him today, Donovan went in search of his mother. He found her in her parlour, embroidering next to a window. "Hello, my darling," she said as he crossed the room and kissed her cheek. "Would you like to go for a walk, Mamma? It's a very pretty day." The Duchess set aside her sewing. "I would love to. Let me fetch my bonnet. I don't want any freckles to spread across my nose or cheeks." Donovan didn't think a few freckles would detract from her beauty, but he waited patiently for her in the foyer. She joined him, slipping her arm through his, and they strolled out the front door. They walked for a good hour. The sun, which had been hidden behind a curtain of clouds, came out. Its heat seemed to sap Mamma's energy. "Shall we cut through the woods?" he suggested. "The shade will help cool you." "That's a wonderful idea, my dear." They ducked into the nearby copse and continued into the woods until they reached a small brook, following it for half a mile before starting through the forest again. Mamma asked to stop and rest. They sat on a fallen log. He wanted to ask her about the other babies she had lost, but didn't want to see the smile fall from her face. She was so happy today, and he couldn't bear to cause her pain. Helping her to her feet again, they continued strolling through the woods. Suddenly a loud shriek erupted. "Something's hurt," Mamma cried, lifting her skirts and racing toward the sound. Donovan hurried after her. He stumbled on a tree root and went sprawling. Quickly righting himself, he ran to catch up, and then heard an unearthly scream. It pierced his ears as much as his soul. He knew it came from his mother. "Mamma!" he shouted, hurrying toward the blur of pale blue satin to his left. He reached her and came to an abrupt halt, his jaw gaping. She lay on the ground next to a doe who had been caught in a poacher's trap. The animal's panicked eyes frightened him, but what he couldn't understand was Mamma also with the same look in her eyes. He glanced down and saw she had also stepped in a similar trap when she came to the doe's aid. She'd hiked up her skirts enough so he could see the steel teeth biting into the flesh just above her ankle. She sobbed, "Help me." He fell to his knees and pulled as hard as he could. The jaws of the trap which encased her leg refused to budge. His gaze met hers. Her lips trembled. Her whole body trembled in pain. "I'll bring help, Mamma." Donovan scrambled to his feet. "I'll hurry. You will be fine," he promised as he took off, not knowing if she would be. "Help her, God, help her, please, help her." The thought echoed over and over in his head as he ran as fast as he could. He reached the stables and a groom started to speak to him. "Send for the doctor, now!" he shouted. "Mamma's leg is caught in a trap in the woods."